Hello, welcome to the square spiral garden from the eastern corner. So I have missed a week. Last weekend was my husband's birthday weekend, so we were celebrating and I did not get a chance to get out in the garden and make a video. This is the corner that had the tree with the fruit, mulberry, and you know what, it came back again. There are several mulberry branches down here now. This was also all grown up with mugwort, and this is the corner that I want to be salvia. So I have pulled up the mugwort and just laid it down to be its own mulch. The garlic is sprouting. It's bolting, I should say. It's bolting. So we'll have garlic blossoms soon, and the fun thing about garlic blossoms is they are edible. And when they mature, they turn into the little tiny little garlic cloves. It's the cutest thing ever. Very happy to report that this butterfly weed is coming back. It's a beautiful time of year. The leaves are, all the trees have leafed out. Today is the 5th of May. This is the hazelnut. My little grove of elderberry is coming along nicely. Obviously, I have not yet dug these out. Still my plan. Uh-oh. Ooh, sneeze. The elderberry is starting to, the mature one is starting to bloom. I just noticed this morning it has flowers all over it. Little tiny elderberry flowers. Baby leaves. Still growing a few babies on the new leaves on the second hazelnut here. I've got some wild grapevine mixed in with the cultivated grapevine. Now, you all know that the cultivated grapes have failed the last few years because of a fungus, and I fully intended to get out here and flip the dirt on all this, because that's the way to get rid of that particular fungus, is to turn the dirt, literally just turn the dirt over. And the fresh dirt doesn't have the fungus in it. Well, you can see how that turned out. Have not done that yet. Still feeling a little bit of despair about the garden, because so much garden, so much weed. Not that kind of weed, just weeds. No sign of life on the figs. None at all. We'll still see if it comes back from the root. Serviceberry, alive. But I need to cut some of these things out here. This is the wild lettuce. And some sort of tree here. And I just turn them upside down. Leave them as mulch, so to speak. So we have an infestation here, or possibly an opportunity. This is called Chinese yam. I'm trying to figure out how to make use of it if I can. I understand that it was originally intended to be useful, so I gotta find out how it might be useful. This little critter, Mariposa, she gets excited. Cats get excited when you start ripping up weeds. The sound is very similar to the sound that of when you start eating a wild animal. Ask me how I know. So she thinks I'm out here hunting with her, and I think that's kind of precious. This is the paper mulberry. Now, I've done a little bit of reading about paper mulberry. It's called that because the bark apparently can be peeled and used as paper. But of course that would be a mature tree, and I don't want a mature mulberry out here in my garden. This is not a place for trees. My garden is a place for smaller plants than that. Here's one of my asparagus. I'm gonna clip this grapevine that's trying to come after it. Please do not use my asparagus to grow on. There's another tree over here. Where is it? Where's the root? Yeah. Yep, this is what do you call this? This is a sumac tree. Native. Not a harmful tree, but also just not what I'm looking to have in my garden. So we cut down the trees. All the trees. That's a hackberry, I believe. Here's another asparagus. A smaller asparagus. This is more wild lettuce. We've got a wild grapevine here. I've been cutting it off the fence, so now it's growing this direction. Very natural reaction. So this serviceberry is still alive. Somehow. Miraculously. Impressively. That's the strength of a native. Native trees in their own environment. Of course, that's what native means. Usually can bounce back. Even when they've suffered from other issues. This is the crepe myrtle, which thinks it's a native, right? So I'm really happy to see that my bee balm is starting to spread. Bee balm is also an American native, and it's clippy clippy clip, clippy clippy clip. See, I have scissors and I think everything needs to be clipped. Actually, I think it's from the Carolinas, but it's called bee balm because bees absolutely love it. So do hummingbirds, I've seen. It's relative of mint, so it grows a little bit like mint, but I don't find it to be quite as invasive as the mint is. This is either an aster or goldenrod. I think it's goldenrod. So the garden's a mess, as per usual. That's how things go, right? I see people using things like weed cloth. And I'll tell you what, I've had to fight with weed cloth just as hard as I've had to fight with weeds. The irises are about done. We might get flowers out of these guys next year. There's another iris right here. Oh, clip, come on, clippy clip. There we go. Cannas are starting to come up. Big canna leaf there. The woad has set seed. This guy right here. That's very exciting. So I'll have woad seeds. And I'm happy to report that the rosemary is struggling along. It's just got a few living branches. I did clear out some of the dead branches, but it's still with us, just barely. There's no sign of the oregano at all. None. There's a wild kitten. And the cilantro has bolted. Cilantro is a winter herb. I don't know how it ended up in salsa with tomatoes that are summer vegetables, but we have had a few strawberries this week. Not this kind, because that's the wild kind. But a few of the good edible ones. Just a handful. For instance, one right here. And a few more getting ready to ripen. This has turned into a mint bed. I'm going to harvest a lot of mint this year. I'm excited about that. Last year I didn't hardly get any. And let's look at, see, this is more cilantro here. So far the deer have not yet plundered my sunchokes. I might try to get some chicken wire that we've got laying around over here to protect it. I've already put the tomato cages sideways across it. They would have to stand up. I would probably turn them upside down or something so that the pokey side is up, and use the big round top, use that as a base instead. I'm just trying to keep the deer out of it. All right, well, we're sort of back at the beginning. There's the stump of the mulberry. Oh yeah, the yarrow is also in full flower. Isn't that pretty? I need to go along the house, take down the vines that are climbing up. But the garden is as wild as ever. All right, be well, y'all.